Cravero, the pole sitter, on the left on your screens. Green flag waving in the background. And we'll get going in Buenos Aires. The lights are red. And we are off in Buenos Aires. Cravero taking a little bit of a slow start. Casella goes into the middle, into the lead. Slow start also for Leonel Pernilla. And Juan Manuel Casella jumps into the lead from third place. Cardoso going on the outside. Cravero takes second in the inside. Matias Rossi losing a place in the inner side. Falls down to 6. Juan Manuel Casella leads the 1-2 for Squadra Martino in the opening meters of the race. Cravero is now in second position. Pernilla falls down to third. Fantastic start for Casella as it looked at first sight. To turn 2 in the Ascari. Now breaking into the mixed entry. This opening lap of the race, Cali Dosman going wide, and Cosio spinning. Is Jose Maria Lopez. Not the best of debuts for the Argentinian. Marcio Basso runs wide also in the first braking zone. Now it's Juan Manuel Casella leading the pack. In second is Matias Cravero. Pernilla is in third as they go to the slide turn, the toboggan, on the way to close the first lap of the race, taking the Ortigia hairpin. There they are in the first braking zone. The last braking zone of the first lap. Casella. Cravero is in second, and Pernilla is in third. Now we have the gaps, 7/10 of a second. Race set to 25 minutes. Cravero in second, Pernilla in third, Cardoso is in fourth, Rosso in fifth position, ahead of Matias Rossi. Braking zone once again for the top contenders of the race. Rafael Reyes in seventh place, Pedro Cardoso always closing the gap as we have the TCR Brazil title at stake too. There once again. Juan Manuel Casella braking in the hairpin once again. Cravero, Cardoso, Pernilla remains in third. We have all the pack joined up to 13th. Thiago Vivacqua. And here is the leaders. 7/10 of a second. Once again from Casella to Matias Cravero. They both did 1:19.5 in the last lap. Second lap closed. Roberto Fontana has a look at the inside of Rafael Suzuki, which is in 9th place of the standings. So running wide are Cravero and Pernilla, if I didn't see wrong. Manuel Casella is there. Cravero in second place, braking behind the Uruguayan, putting loads of pressure, just like he did yesterday, chasing Cali Dosman, who took the win. So we have a big gap from Vivacqua to Cosio, but the top 13 cars are one out of the other one in a row, as you can see on screen. Sharing this race number 2 of TCR South America. Another event in Buenos Aires, the track that hosted the Formula 1 Grand Prix of Argentina in 17 times in all decades. 7/10 of a second remains the gap. Casella lost 4/10 in the first sector, but then recovered 3. So gap should be around 6/10 of a second. Less than 6 now in this event in Buenos Aires. Casella leads the pack, 6/10 of a second. Another 6/10 of a second from Cravero to Pernilla, who remains in third. An 8/10 of a second between Pernilla and Cardoso. A little bit of a slippery turning for Matias Cravero in turn number 1 at the Ascari large turn. Series Ascari once again, the second part of the Ascari turn. In the braking zone to the mixed turns, as we would translate from the Spanish of Argentinians. Almost 5 minutes have gone. And now TCR South America is in another moment of the race with 3 laps completed, on the way to complete the 4th one. Casella, Cravero, Pernia, Cardoso, the order remains untouched. We had no changes in the running order. Loads of people in Buenos Aires in a beautiful Sunday morning. Part of a huge motorsport festival. TCR South America, one of the prolific series alongside the stock car of Brazil. Now the gap seems to be quite untouched between Casella and Cravero. Cravero possibly not handed over the win, but playing a team game, teamwork for Casella in his quest for the title. But Cravero gives absolutely no breath to Casella. That means Leonel Pernia might be benefited if he manages to chase Cravero. Cardoso dropping a little bit in 4th place. Rosso still ahead of Matias Rossi. Behind is Rafael Reis, Gali Dosman, Suzuki, and Norberto Fontana wrapping up the top 10. Then Enrique Maglione leading the pack in TCR Trophy, followed by Fabio Casagrande. Diego Gutierrez will be following the order. Jose Maria Lopez on the chase for 14th place now, belonging to Jake Cosio. Listen to the cars. The gap is stuck in less than 0.6 of a second between Casella and Cravero. Here's Casella braking. Cravero. Cravero chasing Casella in the order, and then it's another lap in which we have the same order and the same gaps. Pernia 1.1 from the lead. Casella holding on to first place from Cravero and Pernia. That's untouched. But Pernia managing to keep Cardoso away. Casella, Cravero and Pernia pulling away from Cardoso in 4th. And then Juan Angel Rosso also 1.2 seconds behind the standings leader. All the gaps are very, very tight between each other. As the gap seems to be quite even. Cravero getting closer to Casella. Will we have an attack? We don't know yet. Cravero is really stacking into Casella. Will he take the dive? Not yet. Not yet. We have a drive-through penalty for Jake Cosio. That's the challenge. That's the championship untouched. Casella manages to cut a few points from Pedro Cardoso. Jake Cosio was given a drive-through penalty for the collision with Jose Maria Lopez, who is now reducing 1.2 seconds per lap to the next one ahead of him, which is Thiago Vivacqua. Casella, Cravero, and Pernia all clear from Cardoso. Juan Angel Rosso. Casella hitting once again, closing lap number 7, 0.5 of a second. Pernia getting a little bit closer to Matias Cravero. Cravero must be really, really careful with the drag and the tow, as that might be harming himself in the turns. Suzuki and Fontana battling for a 9th position since the start of the race. Rafael Suzuki, who is on a double duty in the Stock Car Brazil, sharing the weekend, and Gali Dosman not 1 or 2 but 3 duties this weekend also with the Argentina TCR Championship. Pedro Cardoso still in the title of TCR Brazil for just 1 point over Juan Angel Rosso. As here Jay Cosio accomplishing his drive-through penalty. Casella, Cravero, look at Pernia on the hunt of Matias Cravero. You see Pernia takes the dive into the hairpin. Not ready yet. Cravero blocking up, and Casella running a little bit wide, and the cars are 3 altogether, battling for the lead in Buenos Aires. Amazing race so far we are watching as we are completing 10 minutes and 8 laps, already down 0.3 of a second, less than 4, and everybody really tight, all of them in a brake yard. Casella, Cravero and Pernia giving us a big show in Buenos Aires as Cravero sticks to the inline, trying to get Casella, and this could be giving up some news in the following turns. Casella now diving a little bit more into the inline. We'll see if Cravero manages to take his chance into the braking zone. Cravero not yet on Casella, but he's very tight, very close, and Pernia also having a look at that. And if Casella is supported by Cravero, then Cravero will have to stop Pernia a little bit. Oh, Gary Osman runs wide. Osman runs wide and has lost a few places. Yeah, really harming Matias Cravero. Pernia trying on the inline as we watch Sebastián Martino, the owner of Squadra Martino. Former Formula Nippon driver back in the mid-90s with a long career in Japan. Sebastián Martino, now the team leader of Squadra Martino, team owner. Cravero is leading Pernia in second position, and this helps Casella to pull away another 10th as we're now on the way to complete the first half of the race. Osman dropped from 8th to 11. Quickest driver on track right now is Jose Maria Lopez, who has clean track ahead of him. 119.77 in the last lap, 119.8 for Casella, 120.2 for Cravero, 120.4 for Lionel Pernia in third as Cardoso now on board. Pedro Cardoso trying for us. Cardoso taking a double break. Pedro Cardoso leading the standings, and now he's getting closer to Lionel Pernia. We'll see if Pernia lets him by. For Cardoso, as he would reduce a bit the harm of having Casella ahead. There is a team order as it's necessary possibly to battle for the title. Both Casella and Cardoso might need help from their teammates. That's why we shouldn't be surprised if we see any team orders. For example, Cravero not attacking Casella, or Pernia leaving the place to Cardoso. We should keep an eye on Juan Angel Rosso, who's in 5th place, trying to catch Pedro Cardoso, as the TCR Brazil title is at stake. Cravero still in 2nd place. Personal best sector in sector 1 for Casella in this lap. So he completes it. The lap times are still under 1 minute and 20 for the top drivers. Yes, Rossi opening up some air, trying to catch Juan Angel Rosso in 5th place. Rafael Suzuki defending himself from Norberto Fontana. Fontana looking at the outside, then trying to dive into the inside and the out. Gets it up the turn. A little tap on the brake for Rafael Suzuki. Fontana is now going to the inside. We'll see if he tries any attack on the Peugeot for 8th place. Maglione looking from behind, leading the TCR Trophy Series. Casella and Cravero still stuck together. Last laps have been really even, together. Half a second between Casella and Cravero once again. Let's go on board with Juan Angel Rosso. Rafael Suzuki was there. And look at this, Casella already opening some lines. Cravero now a bit more conservative. He had better pace in the early stages of the race. Casella here braking, and Cravero once again stick to him. Cravero. Casella is leading from Cravero, and in third is Leonel Bernia. Positions have been not touched, but everything is unpredictable as everybody is looking at their car ahead. That's why it's unpredictable to see what can happen in this last 8 minutes of the race. Five-tenths of a second yet between Casella and Cravero. Bernia stays in third. Cardoso with this result clinches TCR Brazil title. Casella reduces the gap a little bit in the TCR South America division. Jose Maria Lopez has been following Diego Lopez from the last laps. Marcio Basso in the garage. Some trouble in this engine possibly. W2 Pro GP working on the number 2 Cupra. Casella going through the turn. This is the part that has always been present in every layout used by Formula One in the Argentinian Grand Prix throughout the decades from the 1950s up to 1998 in the last visit of Formula One to the country. This was the last part to be changed. Replaced by the slower Senna S. The braking zone in that same part. Casella on the way to close lap number 14. Cravero close to him, 5/10 of a second yet. The gap between all three. Casella, Cravero, Bernia, Cardoso, Rosso in fifth, Rossi in sixth, Race, Suzuki, Fontana, and Ricky Maglione in the 10th position. There is Cravero closely following Juan Manuel Casella. We'll see if Cravero wants to attack. I'm sure Squadra Martino will say try to stay behind. But anyway, Cravero might want to show that he is capable of fighting for the win. 27 years old, former Formula 4 driver, former national rally driver in Uruguay. His hometown. Look at the stands, full of people. Casella braking in the hairpin. Cravero following him closely. 4/10 of a second, yes. No gap between the two cars. Casella braking a little bit in turn number 1. Braking more than Cravero, as you could see. Cravero with a cleaner line. Casella now on the braking zone. Cravero still keeping himself behind. And third is Lionel Bernia. Might want to attack. As far as now, Cardoso couldn't be chased by Juan Angel Rosso. There, yes, Cravero remains in second position. A little bit quicker was Cravero in sector 1. Casella did so in sector 2. This is our drone flying over the track. Now completing lap number 16. 3 minutes and 50 on the clock remaining. After this, we'll have one extra lap. They say, wouldn't be surprised that Cravero was told not to attack Casella. Cravero in second and Bernia in third place. This is a nice view of the top 3. All together really packed. Remaining. Bernia ran a little bit wide in the exit of the turn. Cravero still looking at the inside of Juan Manuel Casella, but that seems to be quite untouched. Cardoso stays close and Juan Angel Rosso cannot chase Cardoso as also recovered from a puncture that he suffered on his way to the grid. Very good one. Weekend in Buenos Aires. That is Casella. In first place. Matias Cravero in second. 1 minute and 50 remaining. We'll have, I guess, 2 laps within the clock. The last lap of the race after the clock ticks down to 0. 4/10 of a second. The gap between Cravero and Casella. Bernia remains in third. Some dust flies. But since anybody has anything to attack with, way to complete another lap, and we'll have 2 laps remaining. As the clock will tick down to 0 in this lap, and the last one. After it, they will open the last lap of the race. Juan Manuel Casella still not giving up in the title. It's Matias Cravero in second place, very, very close. For second last time into the Ascari turn, this fast right-hander has a little bit of a bump in the entry. Celebrating Cravero very close. Cravero will put loads of pressure on his teammates. Cravero in second place. Bernia on the way to complete the podium. Pedro Cardoso is struggling with a puncture in the way to the grid. The tire was replaced. He is, as far as now, clinching TCR Brazil title. Ladies and gentlemen, the clock is in zero. And we are now open the last lap of the race. Final lap of the race for Juan Manuel Casela. Final lap for Matías Cravero. Final lap for Leonel Pernilla. Pedro Cardoso is in fourth, just meters away from clinching the TCR Brazil title. Juan Angel Rosso in fifth, for just 1 point, missing his shot at the title. Rossi in sixth, Reis, Suzuki, Fontana, Maglione wrapping up the top 10. Maglione winning TCR trophy as far as now in TCR South America. Casela and Cravero for the last time after Ascari, the braking zone, and might be one of the last chances for Matías Cravero if he wants to go to win the race. Takes a little bit until the inside. Casela sticks to the lead. We are in the last sector of this race that has been really thrilling until the end. Casela taken the Cacon turn, the on-boot turn, and all now comes down to the slide, to the toboggan turn. The fast left and right S for the Uruguayan for the last time of the race. Casela reaches the slide once again and goes to the hairpin for the final time. Last shot for Cravero, trying to go to the inside, but he couldn't, and it could be a win for Casela. Let's see who comes out first into the main straight. Casela will go to the final checker flag and win for Uruguay. Win for Juan Manuel Casela. Cravero in second, Pernilla in third, and Pedro Cardoso clinching the TCR Brazil title, arriving in fourth place, and the leader of the standings gets the first crown for TCR Brazil in history, Pedro Cardoso. And here is our race winner from Uruguay. In Buenos Aires, the winner is Juan Manuel Casela, ahead of Matías Cravero, who once again gets into the podium. A fantastic win for Squadra Martino, and also with the 1-2 complete the podium is Leonel Pernilla in third place. And a fantastic race we've had in Buenos Aires. Here's the final standings. Juan Casela, Cravero, and Pernilla in the podium. Cardoso arrived in fourth and clinched TCR Brazil title. Rossi, Reis, Suzuki, Maglione winning in TCR Trophy, and Osman in top 10. Casagrande second place in TCR Trophy in 11th. Jose Maria Lopez got 12 finally after overtaking Vivacqua and Norberto Fontana. And further down is Diego Gutierrez in 15th, completing TCR Trophy podium. Marcos Regadas and Jay Cosio. Marcio Basso, the only retirement of the race. Here is Juan Angel Rosso, who missed the TCR Brazil title for just 1 point. Huge efforts by the Argentinian throughout the season anyway. Juan Manuel Casela here, the winner of the race, celebrating with his crew. Squadra Martino celebrating another win in the season after a long domination by PMO Racing. Celebrating with his mechanics. It's all joy for Squadra Martino. And it's now time for the Pac Ferme. It's Enrique Maglione, the winner in TCR Trophy, so it's a double win for Squadra Martino. And Pedro Cardoso arrives as the new TCR Brazil champion. Here is our TCR Brazil champion, Pedro Cardoso, 25 years old, celebrating in the roof of his car. He's the first ever TCR Brazil champion. Celebrating and congratulated by Leonel Pernia, who is also taken to the podium. Teammates now celebrating. So we have 3 Hondas and 2 Peugeots. Among the 5, we have Casella and Cravero leading the pack in a 1-2 in the race. Leonel Pernia completed the podium. Pedro Cardoso arrived in 4th and sealed the TCR Brazil title for just 1 point over Juan Angel Rosso. And then on the left we had the Honda of Enrique Maglione, who just won TCR trophy. Here are the cars. The car taking the drivers to the podium. And it's we'll now hear from our drivers. It is now time to go into the podium. Drivers in the stands with an ovation among the crowd. Very nice. Very, very nice podium by TCR South America. our TCR Brazil champion, Pedro Cardoso. We'll have now the drivers onto the podium. Here is the standings for it. Pedro Cardoso here in second place of TCR Brazil. And Juan Manuel Casella, who took the win in TCR Brazil, which is the podium we're having first. Celebrating with Juan Angel Rosso also. Giovanni Guerra, president of CBA, Brazil's sporting regulator for motorsports. Sebastián Martino, the team owner and team director of Squadra Martino. Congratulates Juan Angel Rosso. He was team manager in the past of Juan Angel Rosso. And there is Juan Manuel Casella with a massive start. There is Casella opening up the bottle of champagne. He won the race. He took the win in TCR Brazil and, of course, in TCR South America. Not all the race is valid for both championships, but not every driver is entered in TCR Brazil. So the race order might differ. In this case, Matias Cravero is not part of TCR Brazil. Neither is Leonel Pernia. Marcos Regadas will go in third place for TCR Brazil Trophy, I think. Fabio Casagrande takes second place in TCR Brazil Trophy. And here's Enrique Maglione, winner of TCR Brazil Trophy Cup, the new champion of TCR Trophy Brazil. And standings leader. Fabian Turns, former rugby coach and the current sports secretary of Buenos Aires City. Uruguay's Enrique Maglione is the first TCR Brazil Trophy champion. Now we'll have the podium for TCR Brazil champions. TCR Brazil champion Pedro Cardoso here. And now celebrating the title is Pedro Cardoso. New champion of TCR Brazil. And we'll also had and PMO Racing will now receive the trophy as TCR Brazil champions. It's Oscar Fineschi, the one that will jump into the podium as the representator of the trophy, to receive the trophy for TCR Brazil Teams Champion. PMO Racing. Trophy handed by Daniel Scioli, Secretary of Sports of Argentina, Secretary of Tourism of Argentina. Now it's the trophy and ovation for the new champion of TCR Brazil in trophy division, Enrique Maglione. Our new TCR Brazil Trophy champion, the Uruguayan Enrique Maglione. Uruguayan businessman Enrique Maglione, 54 years old. And it's now the picture of the two champions. And now it's time for the podium of TCR South America. Leonel Pernia. A warm ovation for the Argentinian by his home crowd, a national touring car icon in the last years. And one of the young talents of TCR South America. Matias Cravero gets his ovation, a double podium. And the winner of the race, Juan Manuel Casela from Uruguay, gets his ovation in Buenos Aires too. Sebastián Martino once again as the TCR South America team winner. The winning team of the race, Squadra Martino. Federico Punteri, main promoter of the series. President of TCR South America. Fantastic start by Juan Manuel Casela, giving him the win. An excellent performance. And it's a champagne. And now it's time to give the trophy to the driver of the weekend. And it will be Matias Cravero, with a fantastic performance in this weekend. Vicar CEO Fernando Giulianelli from Brazil hands the trophy to the driver of the weekend, Matias Cravero, a young talent that has shown really great stuff in his two entries in TCR South America in this year. P2 in both races for him and a pole position yesterday. Now it's TCR South American trophy. Diego Gutierrez, P3 in TCR South America trophy alongside his daughter. He missed last round with a domestic accident. He even raced with some stitches in his hand. Fabio Casagrande in second place, TCR trophy. And Enrique Maglione, once again, with a clean sweep. Fernando Giulianelli once again handed the trophies. This is the TCR South America Trophy Division. Trophy Cup. The layouts of the circuit is the trophy as always. And if it's not enough of champagne, we have some more, as our pit reporter and podium presenter Mariano Colombo is announcing. One of the many valuable characters of the series with his reporting duties. And we'll have a replay of the start of the race. Here are the highlights of this race number 2. This is the best action of the race that took us through the pack. Matias Cravero here. Chasing Juan Manuel Casela all the way in the race, but in the end it was a checker flag for the Uruguayan, for Juan Manuel Casela, who keeps his title chances alive. And this massive celebration for him as he is still on the run for the TCR South America 2024 title, Pedro Cardoso still leading the standings. Juan Manuel Casela still on the battle. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks a lot for being with us. We'll see on November in Termas de Rio Hondo for the second last round of the season of TCR South America. My name is Francisco Aure. Thanks a lot for being with us, and see you then.